Hello, everybody. Ooh, Harper. I'm just waiting for the ads to supposedly start. But if the ads aren't going to show up, hello, 121, who is one of my favorite viewers. I beat you too at 121. It's supposedly there was supposed to be some ads starting, but I guess it's not gonna be. So hello everybody, welcome to Tabletop Hazard's Hump Day Havoc. I am Zuzuma Catpaws, and we are returning to Danganronpa. At some point we will return to Pokemon. It's just I've been having migraines. That's all I can give. Let's see. And it's going to take me a minute to get the thing up. Supposedly an ad started now. Wonderful. Really? Dang. Okay. Now it's showing up. Alright, so the last time we were playing, we almost died. There's no in between. We almost died. And we were convicted guilty of a murder we're actually innocent in. However, Alter Ego, the AI that Chihiro built before he died, it saved our lives, basically. So, almost is a very, very strong word. Somehow, though, we survived. We ended up in the trash pit, and Kyoko saved us. After we protected her in the trial. Not the first time around, though. We did stab her in the back accidentally in the first time around. We didn't mean to. I was trying to pick the right choice. Anyway, let's get started. We're out of the trash pit and back into the dorms. So, now what do we do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out, and I'm worried about you too. You helped me, so they might...
Listen.
You're worried. Yeah, of course.
So then...
Then let's just get a concrete answer. Huh?
In other words...
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. Wait a minute! Hold on!
However...
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we're found out. And it's not like we can run away. As she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, should we just give up now? Don't worry. What you think is going to happen isn't. Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. The mastermind is ensnared. You said something like that before. What does it mean?
So...
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Mercuro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down. There was?
Right.
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. I'm still a little, super uneasy about this. But we don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going. Oh boy. Let's leave the area. Is there anyone? A wild Whalmer appears in the chat. Let's see. Was there anyone we could talk to on the way here? Nah. It's nighttime, so I doubt it.
Well now, well now, well now.
Kyoko, I don't mind so much.
I don't believe it!
But Makoto's supposed to be dead. What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really going to be okay?
Boom, boom.
You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do?
Shing!
If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule.
Making me angry!
So now I gotta punish you again. Then this time I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko!
Right.
Do whatever you feel you have to.
What?
However,
But before you do, let me just say one thing.
now,
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right?
Huh?
I lose? Congratulations on the catch for Wilmer 121.
Hey!
You? Explain yourself. What do you mean by that?
because
Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
in other words,
I was supposed to be the chosen as the blackened and then executed, right? Hey, what are you talking about?
however,
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting, because you never imagined that in that position, one person could protect another like that.
right,
And in response to that unexpected development,
indeed.
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. No more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
However,
But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter ego. You never imagined the possibility of a being that could come to our aid even after you killed it.
am I wrong?
Now, here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Merkuro. You did.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it will surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? And that means I lose. You talk a big game. You saying the blackened is me and not Makoto?
Well?
And you can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't. Don't just say it like that. What is this? A comedy routine? To make such a bold claim without a shred of evidence.
that doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I'll guarantee I'll find it soon.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there is only ever one absolute truth.
Boom, boom.
And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type.
Because
If Makoto really was the killer, he would never have had to come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you so love to inspire.
however,
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
What the heck?
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence?
indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Hey,
If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. Huh?
indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course, you can say we were just making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you killed Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. If you want to earn our despair fair and
That's what
square,
we have to do.
then I suggest you take my advice. So, what's this advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Mercuro's trial over again. Only this time you followed the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair. Hey,
Well, would you say that make a proper climax? Wouldn't you say? A fair trial, one last showdown. In other words, this would be our chance to expose the true identity of Mercuro's killer, the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'd probably just execute me without another word. Interesting.
Barrett!
Very interesting indeed. Very.
What's wrong?
Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So, time for bear jokes. Now, what you suggested might be possible. It would certainly make for one honey of a climax.
in other words,
Does that mean you accept?
You guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim victory?
I can barely contain myself!
Let's have one final grisly showdown. Agreed. Then we still have a shot at this.
Barrett!
But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end.
You guys!
So for this final face-off, you'll have to unearth all of the mysteries that you have been buried here. I made it! Welcome to the Bear Pun Central, Jade. I'll be so happy when I can't do his voice when I won't have to do his voice anymore. It's like I'm talking through my nose. All the mysteries? That's right. Every last mystery that's pulling around the school. If you can do that,
I can barely contain myself!
then that'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you.
it's true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along. Oh, well, good. Then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Mercury's death and solve the mysteries of the school,
You guys!
then you win. But if you can't do all of that, we'll all face execution, right? I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me? We're all as excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how this has all turned out.
Hey,
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
I remember that. For sure. So what?
hey,
I just want to confirm that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement. You don't have to be so suspicious. I said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations, and having a trial for Mercurio is no exception to that. Huh? Mercurio's trial is no exception. Then it's part of the regulations? Which would have to mean that whoever killed Mercurio... It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but... okay, enough puns. Ugh. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure you already know this. This killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peaks since the killing game began are those 16 students. What?
Listen.
Are you telling the truth? Why did he get all quiet all of a sudden?
Now I'm really angry.
I'm done talking. I got nothing left to say to you. So get lost, would you? Why so mad?
Whew.
He seems emotionally unstable.
Hey,
Leave me alone. Get out of here. Okay, I'm going. You really gonna let me go? Yeah, I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment overflowing with despair. I can't believe I even had that in me. Come on, Makoto, let's go. Okay. Good grief. 10 out of 10. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. It's clinging to me too. I can't believe I made that sound. You did so well with Monokuma. Thank you. I'm trying not to break the pitch on the mic with him, but I'm also trying not to hurt my nasal so bad. And just like that, we were out of the gym. Well, at least we know what to do now, I think. I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting it executed. I'm having to hydrate too because I still had my life and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you.
However,
Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true.
whew,
But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, don't they stand to gain anything from a final showdown? They don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
so
They had no choice but to accept. Huh?
because
It's all because at the one moment that the mastermind let down their guard, like I said. So when was it that the mastermind let their guard down?
so
I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? They said that they had hijacked the airways to broadcast their school life to the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that.
listen.
And what do you think, and what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airways seems so unbelievable.
Indeed.
You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off.
However,
And yet, somehow, the mastermind was able to do it.
in other words,
But think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. A reason?
so
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost. Us killing each other. They wanted to show the world?
it would seem
The mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would kill anybody.
in other words,
So the mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world. But why?
correct.
To prove a point, most likely. A wild you're soaring appears in the chat. Prove a point?
Hey,
I call it Usoring, but it's probably Usoring or Ursaring. Ursaring, that's it. Ursaring. My apologies. I keep calling it you sorry. You sorry and no. You Ursaring. The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept. You're talking about hope, right?
That's right.
And for those of us who represent hope, to kill each other and sink into despair. The mastermind wants the world to see that, to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal, as the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? But that's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right. It is ridiculous. Completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. But is that really your only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto.
I know how angry it must make you, and yet that same motivation is what led to the mastermind revealing their weakness. Congratulations, Jade and 121, you both caught it. What?
In other words...
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world, the mastermind had to be more than particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the mastermind simply ignored their rules, this wouldn't have been a game but a one-side slaughter.
At the very least.
That's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves.
Indeed.
That is precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished. But in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me. Poor Junko.
Right.
So instead, they tried to use the class trial, following all their proper rules to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer, then made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion.
Indeed.
To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words...
It would only do the mastermind harm by having it shown that they violated their own regulations. But all that was a hunch, right? You were still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge.
However...
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got that chance. Because you believed in me, another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't even have the slightest clue.
Wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet.
Whew.
But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I showed all my uneasiness, that would have just made you that more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic.
However...
Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time.
Correct.
Or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. We can't defeat the mastermind. It'll cost us our lives. There is no option except to win.
Hey.
But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True, but now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do now is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind. Work together with everyone.
However...
Is that really possible? Huh?
Anyway...
right now we have to go find the others.
Shall we go?
They're probably in a dorm somewhere. Shall we go? Maybe they're in here. And suddenly we were greeted with... You again. Is he broken?
Ooh.
I suppose his emotional instability reached its limit. What the heck?
However,
I wonder what that was all about. I couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief.
Is that Makoto?
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
You survived?
Jeez, you're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
The ghost. Everyone was there. All my friends who had struggled together and survived. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up.
What?
What's that smell?
What the heck?
Yeah, man, that seriously stinks. It's Makoto! He smells like a wet dog. Get away from me! Shoot, shoot! And in a flash, my tears dried up. Rude. So what have you guys been doing while I was gone? Well, we figured that since the trial was over, we had access to new places again. And? No dice. All the rooms that were locked before were still locked. So there wasn't any new areas. Then where can we go to find new clues? You stink! Are you rotten?
I'm telling you!
Rotten physically, mentally, and every way you could be rotten! Sorry, I was rolling around in garbage for a while. The smell is so smelly. She seems happy for some reason. I wasn't gonna say that, guys. No, I have my limits. I have my limits. I still can't believe you survived. Yeah, me either. Do you realize why it is you escaped execution? It was alter ego. He saved my life.
That's right.
Not too many people can say they had their lives saved by a computer program. I imagine it was a learning experience for you.
Yo!
Makoto, what was like hanging out in the spirit world? I didn't go to the spirit world.
You know?
Did you get to talk to her? Who?
Hmm.
Miss Cleo! No, I didn't talk to her. I mean, I didn't go to the spirit world. I mean, who the heck is Miss Cleo?
Makoto.
There's no time to indulge in an extended happy reunion. We need to explain to everyone what's happened with Monokuma.
Yes.
Explain? Explain what?
But is it okay you're here? What if the mastermind catches you?
It's true.
That's related to what I have to tell you all. I need to tell you all about the last class trial. Last class trial?
In other words,
We're going to redo Mercuro's trial.
Huh? Wait, seriously?
How about that?
What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right?
No, I didn't do it. Like I keep telling you.
wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer. And of course it's not me or any of you.
Huh?
Then who is it?
I see.
What she's saying is, it was all the work of the mastermind.
Huh?
What? You're saying the mastermind killed Murkrow?
That's right.
That's right. It was all an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time and did what he had to stop it.
However,
But his decision meant that he would be the one to die.
What did you say?
You spotted the trap, did you, Makoto? You make it sound like it was easy. I just,
however,
But executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blacken, is a clear violation of the school regulations. The rules state that only the Blacken is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules. Which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time.
Huh?
And the mastermind agreed? Does that mean they really did break the rules? They had no choice to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain leverage you needed, right? Didn't you?
correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall what you said at the end of the last trial. When you said, now it's the mastermind that's ensnared. That's what you were referring to. There should be an ad in progress, apparently. Well, hopefully the ad's not interfering with you guys.
Don't be mean!
Hey, I'm totally in the dark here.
For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again. Later. So, knowing all this, what do we do now?
About that.
It's about who killed Murkrow, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind. But there's more to it, correct? Yeah. I have successfully evaded the ad. Great job! I have not on my end, apparently. Huh. That's fine. Unsure how. Maybe you had a subscription and you didn't notice. Until now. For us to win this game, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school. I win? I guess you win, Jade. You're the winner. You won the killing game tournament, apparently. Give me my prize. Hold on. Let's see what I can find. There. You get head pats. Monokuma. That's a negatory. I think, if possible, I'm not entirely sure. I have to check real quick. But I think there's a Monokuma doll available in the Crunchyroll store. It's a little statue of him. So let me... Yeah, there's a pop exclusive for Monokuma as well as a Nederoid pin. The actual pop exclusive, the Funko Pop, is $5 right now. So you can get one if you want. It's in the Crunchyroll store if you're really interested. Yeah, it's $5. Want? Every last mystery. But we've been looking around all this time and we still don't know anything.
Anyway,
You probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, I can... Why did the stream chat do this? I can put my Monokuma in Discord. Yes. Yes, you can. My chat bot's messed up. The one on OBS, so... A wild Nidoran appears. Catch it.
Oh
could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us. I'm fine with things the way they are. I'm fine living here forever with Master. I mean, I want to get out of here as soon as humanely possible. Anyway, at this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth.
Interesting.
In other words, one decisive final battle. A rather interesting development, I say. But figuring out who the mastermind is, and how they killed Mercuro, and all the school's mysteries.
It's a pretty tall freaking order.
Maybe, but this time the trial is different. We know who our enemy is now. So if we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all those mysteries. I'm not sure about that. Huh? I can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone. Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries.
Indeed.
And that's what I thought, too, at first. Nidoran female has been caught by 121. Aww. The queen has been caught by 121. Maybe next time, Jade. Until Monokuma gave us that little hint of his. Hint? It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all 11 high school students, and the only people to take single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
I see.
Monokuma said that, didn't he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable. Huh? But why?
So, in other words...
If the mastermind really is the one who killed Mercuro, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have had to set foot in the school, right? Monokuma could have probably murdered Mercuro, but there's no way he could have disguised the scene like that.
In other words...
But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students who have been taking part in the killing game. Then the mastermind is... There were 15 of us in the main hall at the very beginning. And at Mercuro, you get 16. So the mastermind wouldn't have been one of them.
That's right.
And those 16 people we started out with, the only ones still alive, are the people standing right here. Need I continue, or do you get it now?
You're saying the mastermind is one of us?
No way!
You can't be serious. Wait, we can't say that for sure. That's true yet. Monokuma might have just said all that to confuse us.
Indeed.
It's certainly a possibility, but only one among many. The mastermind as being one of us is also a possibility. And that one possibility we can't ignore. Yeah, I mean, they're the ultimate, right? The ultimate despair. So they must be a high schooler. You can't say that's not a possibility. But if one of us was the mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But did you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active?
Well...
Maybe they snuck off and controlled him in secret.
But...
I don't care how sneaky you are. We would have noticed someone sneaking off that many times.
I'm right?
The many Monokuma was on autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand.
In that case, then there's no way he could have had those back and forth conversations with us. Well, it wouldn't be entirely impossible if they directed the flow of conversation. Well, maybe, but still.
This is a school announcement. You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode. So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school. Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit.
So the answer was behind a locked room in the Mercuro trial.
Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
But that also means he probably did something. How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms.
That's fine.
The time for talk is done. Now we need to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway.
In the name of my family.
At this point, I can only rely on myself, on the Togami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility.
Goodbye.
After making his final statement, Byakuya left the dining hall. Master, he didn't take me with him.
Hey.
Do you blame him? Without Master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream without the cream, or coffee. You're totally useless. So bye. And with that, Toko trudged out of the dining hall. And now she's gone. And you're going off by yourself, right, Kyoko?
Indeed.
That's right.
Which leaves Makoto, Hina, and me.
You know?
In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too.
Just a second.
Wait, how come?
How about that?
Just wait and see. I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the mastermind's identity.
Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall. Everyone's really going off by themselves. What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same.
But,
I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know?
'cause I
Well,
mean,
up until now, I haven't really been all that useful. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. You're not useless. If you hadn't been here, I would have died. Makoto? That's really nice of you to say. But still, I know I've not mostly been totally useless.
okay.
So I figured at least here at the end, maybe I can find something that'll help us all get out of here. So I'm gonna go off and do it all on my own. Okay, see you later. Hina was in surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall. And once again, it was just us two.
Indeed.
So you're gonna go off on your own too, right, Kyoko?
However,
Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're doing our searches separately doesn't mean we can't still work together.
so...
That goes for all of us. I think I see what you mean. Doing our own investigation doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just see it as us splitting up to cover more ground. And then we can get back together and share what we found. Yeah, that's right.
So then,
Well, I better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check.
correct.
Monokuma said all the doors in the school have been unlocked, right? So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in this school. We can visit all the places we couldn't go before.
Makoto.
No matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth. By any means necessary. With that, Kyoko was gone. Leaving only me. I don't have time to waste either. I have to begin my search. I still can't believe the mastermind might be one of us. So that's what I have to prove. I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of this school. And then we can all escape together. I guess I'll start by taking another look at Mukuro's Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Once we find out who killed Mukuro Ukusabi, then we'll know who the mastermind is. So where should I start my investigation to figure out who killed her? I guess I should start with the rooms that were locked up until now. The headmaster's room, the biolab, and the door in the data center with Monokama's face on it. Oh, and the second floor with the doors where the gate was down before. That should be open now, right? After that, I'll have to double check the areas that are connected to the murder. Which means the garden and the dojo. Okay, time to get started. Places to check have been added to the truth bullets section of your handbook. And that's all fine and dandy. However, we are going to take a quick break. That was a lot of dialogue, a lot of investigation, and who knows? Maybe we'll have enough to do the class trial next time. Yeah, we're gonna do a hydrate, pee break, food break, snack break, everything break. Yes. And I will see you guys. Well, not see. I will talk to you guys in about 15 minutes. Bang! am back! A wild dracafish appears. Wait, isn't that, like... Oh, what are you call them things? There's basically a museum and a type of dinosaurs that, don't look like they belong together. And so it's literally just 4 dinosaurs, but they keep mashing them together in these hybrids that look completely unrealistic. If I'm right, the dracafish, its head is actually upside down, or wrong side. It's facing the wrong way. It's facing up when it should be facing frontwards. I feel so bad for that little guy, especially you come back to life and you realize you can't even face the right way. Nobody caught it, unfortunately. See, let me see if I can. Oh, excuse me. Sorry it took so long. It's just I was enjoying a donut. That's my only excuse. So I guess the dorm's the 2nd floor. Wow, this feels a little surreal. I'm not used to being back here. The gate's open. We can finally check out the 2nd floor of the dorms, which means I have to do it. Ooh. This is the 2nd floor of the dorms? It looks like some ancient ruins. Or, no, it looks more like a battlefield. Like a bomb blew up here or something. Kinda wish you had one. Yeah, Zanzu, he brought in some donuts and I'm like... Why? And he's like, because I felt like it. And I think that's the perfect excuse. Not, I mean, sure, we're trying to lose weight or whatever, but donuts are fine. Tell him to share. He did share. We got 3 each. Well, I'm giving him my 3rd. He really likes the raspberry, so I'm gonna give him his 3rd for, like, his lunch tonight. So, yeah. With us. Nah, I'm sorry, Jade. Maybe for your birthday, I don't know. Ooh. What's the button again? I forgot the button of all things. I forgot the one button. Oh, I can sidestep? When can I do this? When can I sidestep? I didn't know I could do that. Oh right, I can't actually do it here because like this is like that's new. Oh wow. That's why it didn't work. Okay. I see. So there's only 2 things here. Apparently. The bed is completely torn apart. I mean, it's not really even a bed anymore. It's just garbage. It feels weird. Like, there's still the iron things up here. Let's see. It's a boys and girls bathroom. This is the girls' bathroom. Even in a place like this, I can't bring myself to go in. Whoa! What? What is that? Oh, that's not okay. That's not okay. There's nothing in here. Oh, shit! Oh. Oh. That probably woke Zansu. Good job. Hold on, I need some water. I'm glad you enjoyed yourselves. Alright, let's just go. just go. I'm not comfortable here at all. Does that mean I can't do anything about that? Makoto, you are seeing this, right? This room is filled with lockers. It must have been for Hope Peak students who came before us. The class before ours must have used these lockers. It's mounted plate. Why would you mount something like that onto the lockers? There's one here. It looks like it's fine. So, okay, so before I click away, there's a card reader installed on the door. That must be how you get the locker open. After all, it's pretty similar to the card readers for the locker rooms on the second floor of the school. If you have to use, you have to use your ebook to open those up. So does that mean? Let's just give it a try. I took out my handbook and read it across the card reader. And then, now look. Maybe only the locker's owner can open it, which means none of us can do it. I wonder if I can open this locker. Nope, locked. There's another card reader. So there's two I can't open. Okay, so it's these. Can I open it? Come on. No, I didn't want to. I got a coin. I got a coin. Ugh. No luck. Then we have this atrocity. Was there even a point in being in here? Money. Ugh. Does anyone know Egyptian symbols? Either one of you two? That looks like it's an Egyptian symbol for something. I could try looking it up real quick. The Eye of Ra. What does that mean? I'm quite ignorant in Egyptian. Let's see. I don't want to close out of that, so I'll go here. The Eye of Ra. Because that's bothering me. There's the AI one, but power, fury, and violence. But it looks like it's backwards. Okay, that one's more accurate. Over time, the Eye of Ra came to symbolize protection, healing, and restoration? No, that don't sound right. That one actually looks like the Eye of Horus, actually, according to this, which is related to the moon and protective powers. That's interesting. Yeah, it looks more like the Eye of Horus. The Wajat Eye, or the Eye of Horus, is the left eye of the pagan god Horus and symbolizes protection, healing, and regeneration. A powerful amulet that protects against illness and negative energy and was believed to have healing properties. The myth of Horus avenging his father Osiris and restoring balance and well-being by bringing him back to life. Yeah. So, protection against evil? Did somebody put that on there because... Question mark, question mark, question mark? Oh well. Oh boy. I did not think I would regret going in an area, but I do. It's starting to really feel like a horror game. This room doesn't feel at all like a student's room.
Correct.
Whoop. It has a more adult atmosphere. It is the headmaster's private room. Kyoko!
Indeed.
I've been through this room several times already, but I still have one little regret. So I decided to check it out one more time. Huh? A regret? Kyoko looks almost meek right now. She must be thinking about something. I probably shouldn't bother her. There's 3 things here I need to check out, apparently. A leather chair. I can't imagine a student using something like this. It must have been the headmaster's. The desk is home to a computer. A wild jump love appears in the chat. It must have belonged to the headmaster. There's a PC on the desk. It must have belonged to the headmaster.
It would seem...
Whoever used it last, it looks like they were very interested in Ultimate Despair. The PC still has some research results left on it. Then we might be able to get into some info about the Ultimate Despair.
However...
There's not much though. Nothing we don't already know.
In other words...
The Ultimate Despair isn't one individual, but instead points to some kind of group. The group is responsible for the tragedy which happened 1 year ago. They're the worst sorts of people whose driving force comes from despair.
However,
And that's all there is. Not much to it, is it? Is there? But I guess that's the best he could do as a complete Kirigiri failure. But any information about the mastermind is helpful, right? I appreciate whatever info we can get our hands on.
correct.
I see. That's a good outlook to have. The ultimate despair has been added to the truth bullets. Then what's this? A false wall? Some kind of design mistake or a construction defect?
So,
There's a gap here, but not just any normal gap. I can feel a breeze coming out. A breeze?
indeed.
There's likely an open space on the other side of this wall. Jump off escaped. No one caught it. Maybe next time, Jade. I feel bad saying that, Dave, after you already lost the other one. Open space? What does that mean? You mean like a hidden room? I think I might know how to open it. You know how to open it? Did you figure out some kind of trick or something?
Indeed.
A very easy trick, yes. So easy, I'm not sure you can even call it a trick. I saw a program on the PC that I think controls it. Enter the right password and the door should open right up.
However,
But I don't have a clue what that password could be. All I know is it's probably made up of letters and or numbers. We can't really go from there. Right, that's not nearly enough to go on.
it's true.
I looked through all this paperwork, all the files on the PC, and everything I could think of. I learned more about him than I had any desire to, but nothing that might have been his password. When I think about how much time I wasted on this. Yeesh. So there's a hidden room she couldn't get into. That's what she meant by regret. I think we can assume there must be some kind of clue waiting in there. Maybe for her, there's more to it than that. Anyway, if we want to go in there, we need to figure out the password. And if Kyoko can't figure it out, no way do I stand a chance. No, wait, there might be a chance. The password could be Kyoko's wouldn't have thought of, or something she didn't want to think of. For example, what about your name?
What?
Oh, sorry, I was trying to think of what the password might be. I'm sure she hasn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable. After the way she talked about her dad, the idea that he would use her name as his password. Knowing how she is, but I bet the idea never even occurred to her. Do you mind if I try it, just to be sure?
Well,
It's not like you need my permission. If you want to try it, try it. Do whatever you want. Okay. Guess we go to the computer. You know, I'm glad I thought of trying Kyoko's name. But if that's not it, that might just hurt Kyoko even more.
hey,
If you're worried about me, Makoto, don't be. I already know that your guess is wrong. Oh, okay. In that case, here goes nothing. I collected myself, then turned to face the computer monitor. Let me just type the password here. I typed in her full name, Kyoko Kirigiri. My hands were tense, slightly trembling, and as I finished typing it in... Beep! Oh, it was her name! What? That did it? Kyoko, it worked!
why?
Oh. Kyoko? Without looking at me, she disappeared into the hidden room. She looked grim. Kyoko. Hey, Kyoko? I might as well not even have been in the room. Her gaze was fixed on only one thing. A present. Wrapped and covered with such joy. That's what made it so unusual. I better check out the suspicious... Oh, come on! Incoming ad break! There's a brightly colored box here. It seems totally out of place in here. The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Kinda like us during Zanzu's campaigns. Honest, he's a good person. We won't fall for that trap again. Should we open it? I'm getting kind of a bad vibe from it. I mean, we can't not open it. Okay.
Makoto.
Be careful. Why? Do you think it's dangerous? No, not dangerous. But surprising, probably. Huh.
It would seem...
If it is what I think it is, at the very least, it's not something you'll be happy to see. Wait, so you know what's in there?
Anyway...
Don't just scream or anything, okay? Or are you saying it's something that'll make me want to scream? Okay, I'm just gonna open it! Step by a heavy step, I approached the box. I took a brief breath and then took a hold of the lid. Slower, ever so slowly, I lifted it up. Light began to sneak its way into the box. I stole a instant to glance inside. And... well, I screamed. Sorry, Kyoko. Kyoso's advice was no use. I let out a trembling cry. What was in the box? It was bones. Human bones. It was the last thing I expected to find in such a bright, joyful box. I mean, who could have possibly imagined? Okay, that was better than what I was thinking. I had two thoughts. It would be like a head, a body, not bones, but a body, an actual bloody body, or it would have been a Monokuma doll.
I see.
Just as I thought. What? Oh no. Okay, if I'm right about this, the victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife which completely went through her body. She also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. I have a bad feeling. I have a bad feeling. I have a bad feeling. What was in the box? It was wrapped up all nice, so I would have never guessed what was inside. Human bones. Just as you thought? How could you have known that? I mean, there were bones in there. Human bones!
Wrong.
Well, it's not what I was thinking of the bones specifically. I just had a feeling it would be his body. That's pretty much the same thing! A dead guy in a box! My dad. Huh? What about him?
Correct.
What you found in that box. Those bones. That body. Oh, that's my father. Or at least what's left of him. Are you serious? That's Kyoko's dad? The same man she's been searching for? Oh, hold on. How can you know that for sure? How do you know that's him?
So...
Given all the information we already have, that's the only possible answer. So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned to hold this out. And according to the file, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in his school right now. It's a fairly polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough punch. Here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game has began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. Alter Ego said that the headmaster was probably here in the school, but the only ones who were alive at the start of the killing game was us 16 students. When you put those two ideas together, it doesn't take much to assume
in other words...
that most likely my father was in this school, but he was also dead. That's my assumption anyway. As Kyoko explained her analysis, she was completely calm. Or no, she wasn't calm. She was only trying to seem calm. She said it was just as she thought, so she knew it was a possibility. But I have to believe at some point she wanted to be proven wrong. Which is why she never looked in the box herself, even though she had plenty of chances. I know Kyoko said she wanted to see her father so she could cut off all ties. But was that all there was to it? I gave up some of that pride. In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing that there was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. Was she really giving up her pride just for that? I couldn't help but wonder. Hidden room present. This filing cabinet seems like the kind of place you find a clue. I should take a closer look. But I don't think Kyoko would like some stranger like me touching her dad's stuff.
Hey.
It's fine. Check whatever you want. Are you sure? Okay then. I went through each drawer one by one, starting from the top. But all I found were piles and piles of unrelated documents. He was pretty dedicated to his job, huh?
Well?
It's just because he didn't have anything else. He could have inherited our family business, our legacy. Instead, he left it all behind.
Now,
if he couldn't even handle a job like this, he would have been that much more of a failure. I'm sure he couldn't stand the thought of that, and it made him desperate. Huh? This picture. It's all faded. It must be pretty old. Wait, is this a picture of... Hey, Kyoko! Ooh.
Why would you?
Well, this is annoying. I came here to cut myself free of the past. And yet... to now find something like this. So what do you expect me to do now? Then I was right. It was a picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. Knowing the headmaster had this picture all this time, he must have really cared about her.
Why?
What? I wanted to face him and tell him myself, to cut him out of my life for abandoning me. That's the whole reason I came here. And now he's abandoned me again. And this time, he even stole the only opportunity I had to move on. Has there ever been a worse father? Kyoko. Whoops. Why did that go off? The headmaster's desk is probably hiding some kind of clue, so I really want to check it out, but I really don't want to touch Kyoko's dad's desk without her permission. Cookies alarm? Cookies alarm. That no, not that kind of cookie. It's probably a notification about some sort of weird thing I got going on my phone. Alright. Don't worry about me. Feel free to look around as much as possible. Are you sure?
Because...
Never let anything get in the way of investigation. I don't. Okay then, if you don't mind. Starting from the top, I looked at all the desk drawers and looked inside. I opened all the desk drawers and looked inside. I rummaged through each one, finding nothing but unrelated documents. A wild flygon appears in the chat. In the last drawer. Huh? Is this? It's an e-handbook, right? It has the label on it that says in case of emergency. I found some kind of emergency handbook in the headmaster's desk.
In other words...
A handbook with no limitations, given to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster. I'm assuming that's what this is. I think you're probably right.
It would seem...
It might prove useful as we continue our investigation. Why don't you hold on to it? Huh, but Kyoko,
I
don't need it. If you don't want it, go ahead and leave it here. Then I guess I'll take it. Is it really okay? Headmaster's e-handbook.
Hey,
Listen, Makoto? Huh? Can I ask you a favor? A favor? What is it?
so
I know it's completely unreasonable to ask you this. And I know it'll only inconvenience you that much more, but
hey,
could you leave? Huh?
correct.
Just for a little while. I just like to be alone for a bit. Kyoko, don't worry. I'm fine. I just need to calm down a little. I need
Just
to
a second.
get my emotions ordered. You know, Kyoko, you told me before about the relationship you had with your dad. Nobody bothered to try to catch the Flygon. Did nobody want it, or nobody want to try to waste balls on it? I figured that'd be the one that everyone tried to get. No, not Flygon. You told me before about the relationship you had with your dad. How you're only connected by blood, not by heart and soul. But maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he hoped to see me again someday. Is that what you're going to say? If so, it's just a theory. And this isn't an issue that can be settled with theories. Oh, Kyoko. That picture doesn't change the facts of what happened. What I went through. That problem can't be solved easily. You're right. I'm sorry.
Anyway,
Once I got myself under control, I'll return to the investigation immediately. So please, just give me some time to myself. Okay, I understand. Then I'll see you later. Is she really okay? Kyoko must have been a complete shock to her. I mean, it was a shock to me. To find out what happened to the headmaster. There's no doubt that the mastermind performed that evil deed. They killed the headmaster, killed Kyoko's father. They killed him. The headmaster is dead. The one leading the Hope Peak staff, the one who finalized the plan to isolate you, was the Hope Peak headmaster. So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in this school right now. But we were wrong about that. The headmaster wasn't the mastermind. Which means the mastermind's true identity is... I'm not saying that again. "15 of us met in the mail hall. Add Mercuro to the midst and you get 16. And including me, only 6 of us are still alive. Everyone else is dead." Mercuro? No, Mercuro! Mercuro, not Mercuro. Even she's undeniably dead. So the last ones still left alive are... me. Byakula. Hiro. Toko. Hina. And Kyoko. Only those 6 people are still alive. Then there's no question. Wait, no, that can't be. I refuse to believe it. There has to be some other way. There just has to be. This computer must have belonged to the headmaster. Okay. Oops, wrong. No, sorry. That means we go back to the lockers over here. That makes me uneasy, the giraffe. Well, I'll start from this way. What about the emergency handbook I found in the headmaster's hidden room? Okay, let's give it one more try. I took the emergency handbook and ran it across the card reader and... Alright, just what I was hoping for. Well, now let's see what's we got inside. This locker is totally disorganized. Whoever it belongs to probably has organization problems in every part of their life. What? This is a crystal ball. Crystal ball? No, it can't be. There's no way he ever used this locker. It's just not possible. Is this a deck of playing cards? No, they're tarot cards. But wait, aren't those used for telling fortunes? It's just a coincidence, right? There's all kinds of textbooks and notebooks stacked up in no particular order. And dust everywhere. I have to assume whoever stuffed this didn't do a lot of studying. Not that I can really talk. Tried to act as casual and natural as possible, and picked up one of the notebooks as well. But the moment I looked inside the notebook, any sense of easiness I may have had evaporated. What? There's no denying what I saw. Inside the notebook was written Yashihiro Hagakure. Is this our Yashiro? The notebook also consists of a large number of notes for a variety of classes, which would mean he attended classes here? Well, that can't be possible. I mean, Hero came to this school at the same time as the rest of us. And we were all sucked into the same world. We never had a chance to take any classes. So what is this notebook? I don't see anything. I see one thing. It's just one thing, some kind of pocketbook. I don't see a name written in there, so I can't say for sure who it is. But there's some writing inside. It could be important. I don't like violating the owner's privacy, but I better take a look. Looks like girl's handwriting. And all the letters are spaced out evenly, like whoever wrote them was measuring them. Whoever wrote this must have been really meticulous. Huh? I was flipping through the pocketbook, but my hand froze when I went to a certain page. I saw something familiar written there, words I heard before. There's a plan to turn Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolate the students here in a communal life. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. It just so happens to be the headmaster and my father. He was willing to give me some more details regarding the plan. Here's what he said. The point is to keep our student prodigies safe, to keep them as our hope for the future. Only their genius can overcome disaster, and their hope can overcome despair. For the future of our country, our world, it's not an exaggeration to call this our final hope. We must isolate our superior youth from the corrupted world and serve as the foundation for a new era. This is the only hope we have. I hope you'll be willing to go along with this plan. So that's what my father had to say to me. As usual, he made a selfish decision without consulting anyone. I can't imagine a worse father. This can't be true, can it? But I knew it was, and I knew exactly who the pocketbook belonged to. Kyoko, it couldn't be anyone else. If this belongs to Kyoko, what was he even doing in his locker? And what she wrote here completely contradicts what she already told me. She said she hadn't seen her dad since he left when she was little. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. So happens to be the headmaster and my father. What does this all mean? Quickly scanned the remaining pages of the notebook. I must have been looking for something that would prove me wrong about this whole thing. But when I reached the last page, the question mark spinning through my head just started spinning that much faster. When I looked at it, like the rest of the pocketbook, the writing here was messy and disorganized. Scrawled. What is this? What does it mean? I have no idea. How could this possibly make any sense? Despair walks among us, and so we survive. There's a second despair. Oh. The more I see, the less it makes sense because of these augurs. I mean, they had to belong to the previous students, right? So why am I seeing this? Why are there things in the lockers that look like they belong to people here? A notebook that seems like it belongs to Hiro, and a pocketbook that seems like it belongs to Kyoko. There has to be some kind of explanation. But if I want to find it out, I have to keep moving. I have to believe in everyone. It's so odd. That didn't change at all. Oh. All right. Can I go into other people's rooms now? You'll feed me to the vultures. I wonder what the others would say. Makoto, Mondo, Sayaka, Junko, Doko. The door is unlocked. Celeste, oof. Allie. I don't want to imagine what she'd do if I went in without telling her. It's just nothing about... This is Hero's room. I don't have any reason to want to go inside. Yes, you do! You have the notebook! You have the notebook! Ugh. A wild Surskit appears. Oh, boy. Might as well go. No, I don't want to. Data center. Allie's there. And Byakuya's there. So, let's go to...
Makoto.
Ah, Makoto, are you here to look around too? Is this what you're doing? Is that what you're doing? Yeah, I can't help but wonder about that Monokuma door.
Yeah.
So I figured if all the doors in the school had been unlocked, that one should be open too, right?
But,
Although I couldn't bring myself to open it.
I mean,
It might explode, right? And that'd be really bad. So you open it. I'm sure she didn't mean it, but she made it sound like she was okay with me getting blown up. Okay, so I guess I'll open it. Wait, let me take cover first. I don't want to get exploded. Hina raced over to a nearby desk and hid underneath it. Trauma is the best teaching tool. Also, Sir Skid escaped. No one caught it. Poor Jade. Bear equals explosion. Okay, go ahead. Dot, dot, dot. Everything will be okay, right? Okay, alright, here goes nothing. I threw all my weight into it, but the door opened much
blacker than black, darker than dark. The time of awakening has come. Return all of creation to cinders and rise from the abyss.
Perfectly timed.
Grant your humble
However,
servant the
no
most powerful
explosion.
attack ever known. Explosion!
There was no explosion, thankfully.
Huh?
My first impression was, whoa, this place is totally sci-fi! Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing. There's some kind of hatch on the floor. But right now I'm more concerned about that weird device.
What the heck?
I mean, every part of this school leaves a bad taste in my mouth, but
Just a second.
this place is like #1 gross. It's in a whole different league of creepy. What is this device? It looks like some kind of control panel. It's really over the top though. Like some kind of military installation or something. Yeah, it kind of looks like a mech cockpit, right? Hifumi'd probably freak out if he saw it. Cockpit? So the Monokuma room has a control panel that looks like some kind of cockpit. That could mean... Okay, let's start poking at it or whatever. I'm gonna start pushing some buttons. Hold on, you can't just whatever or something like this. It was too late. Hina was already jabbing away at the control panel. Huh? Did you hear that? Yeah, I think it came from the other room. Hina? What did you push? Boom! I'm not totally sure, but I think it was that one. The button that says Data Center. Data Center. I took a good look at the control panel, and I saw a bunch of buttons, each with the name of a room next to it. And just like Hina said, there was one labeled Data Center. That must be the one she pushed. But the Data Center, that's right next door. The room we were just in, that's where the strange noise came from. I probably better go check that out.
Yeah.
Yes, please, I'm kind of scared out of my mind right now, so I'll just cheer you on from over here. Thanks, Hina. I know I can't count on you now. Did I just hear what I think I heard? Is that Monokuma? Hey! Whoa! I actually didn't expect it to do anything. I know who's controlling this! Give me all your donuts! Is that you, Hina?
What?
What? Oh, Busty Man, how'd you know?
Say what?
Anyway, what is this? Some kind of remote control cameras kind of setup? You don't even know what you're controlling.
Hello.
Well, I mean, I can't really see anything from in here.
Found it.
Ah, guess what I found? A self-destruct button! Whatever you do not push it!
Too bad.
Aw, man. Were you seriously going to push it? Anyway, I guess that settles it. The room with the Monokuma drawing on it. And the control panel inside. Alright, guess I go back in. Confront her about pushing buttons.
Ah,
Oh, hey Makoto! What was that just now? Monokuma. Huh? What do you mean? What you were controlling just now. It was Monokuma.
Huh?
Monokuma?
oh,
What? For real? Yep, it looks like a panel definitely controls Monokuma. Which means the mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. No boomy. No more booms right now. Yeah, they were definitely in here. The mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. And this control room is totally separate from the data center area with all the monitors. In other words,
Hey,
maybe the mastermind can't monitor us and control Monokuma at the same time. Kyoko's theory was right.
but
If the mastermind's been controlling Monokuma from here, that means they've been inside the school this whole time, right? I guess that would have to be true. But if that is true... Yes, I remember. Then the mastermind, Monokuma's puppeteer, really is the 16th student? No, it can't be. There's no way, right? What's wrong, Makoto? I don't like that face you're making. Oh no, it's nothing. Oh, okay. What about you? Is everything okay?
cause I mean,
Oh well, it's just... What is that? Oracy and Pedra. I have no idea what that is. Who knows if they set up traps or something? I can't say that isn't possible. I really hope it's not true. So you wanna leave soon? There's still lots of other places to check out. Yeah, good point. We can't waste all our time standing around here. Okay, you wanna get going? Yeah. What's wrong, Makoto? Let's hurry up and get out of here. Why won't they let me? As soon as the door to the data center was closed, I heard a strange sound. What was that? Oh, the door! It just locked on its own! What? My hand shot out to grab the doorknob. You're right, it's locked. But why? Of course it's locked, because the data center is now restricted. Monokuma?
just a second.
Hey, no fair, you can't just go around restricting whenever you feel like it.
Hey,
It's for your benefit. Because if the room stays open, I won't be able to move around. Imagine how depressed everyone would get if the school mascot just upped and stopped moving. Then that room.
Yep.
As you may guess, that's where my controls are.
So
right now, you're being operated by someone in that room?
Yes, indeed.
Correctamundo.
you're a liar.
But that doesn't make any sense. We were just in there, and we didn't see anyone. Oh, you didn't, did you? Are you sure you were as thorough as you could have been? Did you happen to check a certain suspicious hatch? No way. The hatch on the floor? I wanted to check it! Hina! Hina, I blame you for this! I blame you for this! Let's just get out of this room. There is stuff to be investigated. I'm so mad at you right now, Hina. I'm so mad. Okay. Too bad. That was your one big chance and you blew it. Of course, that hatch can't be open from the outside anyway, so whatever. Oh, well, fine, whatever. Just whatever. Now then, this room is officially restricted, so no more investigating. I'll be relying on you guys to tell the others. Peace! He's gone, but
So,
was he telling the truth? The mastermind was hiding in there? In fact, if you think back to when we got locked out of the control room, that proves it for sure.
Huh?
Then, when I said that we should leave. Well, that hatch couldn't be open from the outside anyway, right? So it's not your fault. So it's clearly not Hina. It can't be Hina for that fact alone.
Sorry.
Anyway, we don't have to let it get to us. We have to stay positive and make the most of the time we have left. You're right. And there's one thing I'm good at, is keeping my body moving.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go run around and tell everyone what we found here. Nice! You got me all motivated again.
You got it.
Okay, I'm out. See you later. Hina took off at full sprint. And I have to do what I can too. That's the only way to move forward. My throat's a little sore and we've been doing this for another hour. So I think I'm gonna call it another break. And get some parched in and rest my throat a little bit. So I'll be back in a little bit. About 15 minutes or so. Okay, I am back. And I am exhausted. We'll keep streaming for about another 30 minutes. And if we get to a stopping place before then, great. If not, we'll pick it up in the next time we play Danganronpa. So... Oh. There we go. Alright, and this one up is Byakuya. He'll be in here. This is the headmaster's room. I heard an awful lot about it, but this will be my first time seeing it for myself. Ah, Makoto, it's you. Oh, Byakuya. Well, you came to the right place this time. Would you like to see something interesting? Always, my dude. Take a look at this. It was on the top of that pathetically unstatious desk. Class 78 student registry? It contains profiles for all of us, and Murkrow.
So, in other words...
Apparently, Class 78 refers to us. Wait, when we found Murkrow's profile in Kyoko's room.
I see.
That's right. It also mentioned Class 78. This must be where Kyoko got that page. And since the rest of our profiles are listed in there along with hers,
In other words...
there can be no doubt Murkrow was a student here at Hope Peaks Academy, just like the rest of us. Murkrow Ikusabi, the 16th student. That must be how Kyoko learned about it. But it seems that Kyoko was in a hurry. Huh? What do you mean? I'm talking about when she stole it. The uneven tearing, the way the paper had been crumpled, she must have been in a hurry. Well, since she snuck in to get it, I'm sure she wanted to get out as fast as possible. But what's your point? Murkrow. Every time I see that name, I can't help but see that little witch hat bird. The little crow. It was one of my MVPs during the Pokemon tournament, and so it's just I can't help but to see it. It's just I can't help it. She was in so much of a hurry that she only got the first page. The first page? Correct. Murkrow's profile actually contains 2 pages. What?
So, in other words...
When it comes to this profile, there was more information about Murkrow that we still didn't have. What kind of information is it? Why do you ask me to explain every little thing? You can read, can't you? It seems to be some sort of detailed report put together by the headmaster himself. I don't know what kind of man he was, but I'm glad he left us such an interesting clue. A wild Binacle appears in the chat. I was half listening to Byakuya as I skimmed through the report. That was her? Murkrow reappeared suddenly, and in the background an entity flows. Close, but just out of reach. The entity known as the Ultimate Despair. Right now I can't be sure if this is a single person or some kind of group. Whatever it is, Murkrow definitely has some sort of connection to it. I have a bad feeling about all this. I need to push forward with my research into the Ultimate Despair. And I need to pay attention to Murkrow's behavior too. This is just my gut feeling, but I think she's dangerous. Despite the countless battles she must have gone through as a member of Fenrir, when she entered Hope's Peak, she didn't display any signs of battle wounds or scars. That fact alone proves her tremendous skill in battle. Naturally, I want to believe in her. She's one of my students after all. But if I decide she's a danger to the other students, I will be forced to take all reasonable measures. Murkrow was a part of the Ultimate Despair. I don't think there could be any doubt about it now. Nope, it escaped. No one caught it. But wouldn't that mean Murkrow and the Mastermind were allies? So why? Why would they kill Murkrow? Plus, even the headmaster seemed to be afraid of what Murkrow was capable of. They would have had to take her completely by surprise to kill her like that. Or maybe it means that the Mastermind is even stronger than Murkrow was.
What?
What's wrong, Makoto? Huh?
That's fine.
You seem to be lost in thought, but I should probably point out one other thing. There's another important bit of information within the file you should note. What is it? Did you notice the picture in there? A picture of a girl perhaps you've never seen before. A girl who seems to be included as part of our class 78. That should be enough for you to figure out who the girl is. And further information about that girl is included in the file. 5 foot 7 inches, 97 pounds, and even lists her vitals, 31, 22, 32. Well, what do you think? What do I think? If you ask me, like, she has a nice body?
Stop talking.
You hopeless idiot! What I'm trying to tell you is maybe you'll want to keep that in mind for later. Maybe you'll want to make your way back to the corpse and maybe you'll think, oh, could that mean... Wait, what is he trying to say? There's a chance that the body isn't Murkrow? Is that what he's saying? Personally, what I'm thinking, all but impossible. But it wouldn't hurt to confirm, right?
It's all clear now.
That's all I was trying to say. What you do with that information is your business. So I'm back to being Byakuya's errand boy. Murkrow's profile has been added to the truth billets. Oh, and one last thing. It's a bit of advice from me to you, so I suggest you pay attention. Advice? For me? You seem to be getting along with Kyoko quite well. It's not that we're getting along, she's just done a lot to help me. Well, don't put too much faith in her. Huh?
In other words...
The cost of that faith might be more than you can afford. What are you saying? Just what I think. Call it a hunch. A hunch? But my hunches tend to be proven right. The advice is free this time. Take it or don't, as you will. I'll keep it in mind. Thanks. There are trophies and even a shield on the display case. Isn't that the golden sword, though? There's a monitor. There are documents scattered all over the floor. Somehow it makes me feel anxious. Even in the headmaster's room, there's a surveillance camera. The bookshelf seems really well made, and it's filled with books and files and thick books. No! I want to talk to the rich boy. Hey, Byakuya.
I don't have time to play with you.
If you absolutely must talk, go do it somewhere else. He's so blunt, it makes you feel hopeless. Oh well. Alright, next up in my intrepid quest for the truth, we have the 5th floor. The gardens, specifically. But I feel like we need to hit the bio lab first. Rawr! This is getting a bit exciting. Well, here I am in the bio lab. It's so cold! It's like abnormally cold. I feel like I'm in a giant refrigerator. Seriously, why is it so cold? I'm surprised to see a surveillance camera can work in here how cold it is. There are icicles hanging from the monitor. Okay, more importantly, There's a stack of tarps here. I've been seeing a lot of those things recently. Oh, so cold. Why is it so cold in here? That's the first thing I need to figure out. There's some kind of weird machine or something built into the wall. And on the left side, there's a bunch of glowing blue lights. But on the other side... there's some kind of weird machine or something built into the wall. I've seen something like this before. I've seen this kind of thing in horror movies and stuff. It's a fridge for storing dead bodies. Does that mean that the biolab is actually a morgue? I should probably take a closer look around. Well, oh, there's some kind of booklet here. Looks like an instruction manual. We offer eco-friendly alternative to standard dry ice for all your cadaver needs. In addition to germicidal lamps, we also provide an ozone generator for the removal of ethanol gas. Simply insert the cadaver and the blue light will let you know the automated systems have activated. Temperature and humidity levels will be adjusted automatically for optimum settings. With our system, anyone can keep a body as fresh as a daisy as long as you need. In the unlikely event of a problem, the red light will activate and an alarm will sound immediately. I was sure hope they haven't been eating them for lunch. I don't think that's the problem. I think all of our classmates are in here except for one. Is this the instruction manual for the fridge? Ew. Let's see. If that's the case. There's some kind of weird machine. The ones on the left. The right hand lights are off. People are friends, not food. I think it is storing dead bodies. Seems clear it was a makeshift morgue. But those lights each side. It looks like it's set up so that a slot is occupied, a blue light comes on, which will mean inside each slot lit up in blue, another one of the victims is. I can't let my emotions take over right now. There's only one thing I can do for everyone who's died, and that's defeat the mastermind. And to do that, I have to continue my investigation. I have no other option. I think I know who the dead body is. And I have a thought. I think the dead body is actually Sayaka. It's just a thought. I don't really have any proof, but it feels like it's the right dimensions. And there should be 6 people left, right? So why is there 7 fridges that are empty? Huh? It's gone. Murkuro's body. It's not here? Maybe the body's inside. I didn't find anything close to a dead body, but it's not in here either. Then it must be. Could it be in the biolab? But the corpses aren't the only thing I need to check in here. There are one other thing. The tarp. The tarp played a key role in another case, so I better look into it. I didn't notice this before, but there's a small stamp on one corner of the tarp. Is this biolab? And this originally came from the biolab. Add break in progress, apparently. That's all I really need to check here. So it just told me, basically, that's all I needed. Wait, I gotta check the dojo, I guess. I don't know. Oh, Toko, so this is where you are.
What do you want?
I'm so disgusting you want me out of your sight. No, that's not it at all. I thought maybe you found a clue. Well, I haven't. I didn't find anything. Not one single clue. I figured this place was related to the case. It would have something in it, right? But there wasn't anything out of the ordinary here. Give it back! Give me back my precious time! Calm down, Toka.
What's your problem?
Don't tell me to calm down. Do you have any idea what I'm going through right now? When everyone finds out, they're gonna call me useless, good for nothing. Nobody's gonna say that. Master will. Not sure I can disagree with that. I don't want that. I'm always sick of being looked down upon. Why would anyone accept me? Well, I don't think there are any clues in here, so maybe I'll get going. Oh! Coin! So, I don't see anything. So...
This is a school announcement. Is everyone working hard? Is your investigation coming along nicely? Well then, since you're all giving it your best, your generous headmaster will give you a little hint. For those of you who are interested, please make your way to the gym ASAP possible.
Now he wants to give us a hint? You would know that. He said to go to the gym, right? Don't even have an option in the matter. Oh, hey, hero.
Makoto!
Why do you act so surprised?
No reason.
You heard Monokuma's announcement, right? Are you here to find out what he has to say? I just did, actually. I'm on my way out. You already talked to him? What did he say?
Listen, but I gotta go!
Hero, wait! There was no point in trying to stop him. He ran off like a frightened animal. Hero? It was like he was trying to avoid me. I was hoping I'd talk to him about the notebook I found in a locker. A wild ninja appears in the chat. I wonder if we can bribe him with some honey. He was bribed with candy before. He had some candy. Has he been hiding something this whole time? Just Makoto.
I am Monokuma!
Hello, welcome, hello. Are you ready for your final hint? Well, it just so happens to be the envelope on the ground in front of you. The envelope? This must be the envelope. And just so you know, I will be answering any questions about what you find inside. What? Don't worry, just get on with it. Monokuma's cryptic words didn't make me feel any better, but I picked up the envelope and opened it. What I found was a single photograph. Featured. How? It featured a bunch of faces I recognized extremely well. But I don't see myself. Am I taking the photo? No, that don't make sense, because why would Hero have his camera out? There's someone behind Sayaka. She's the only one I don't recognize. Wait, that's not true. I do recognize her. That's right, when Byaku and I were in the headmaster's room and we looked at that file. Mukuro Ikusabi. Then this girl is... What? Why? Why is Mukuro here with everyone else? And even more than that. Just having everyone here posed like this is weird enough by itself. And we're all wearing matching uniforms. I don't remember anything like this. And now that I'm looking at it, it's not even everyone. I'm not in the picture. I'm the only one not there. The picture has all 15 other students, but not me? But I guess that makes sense. After all, I don't remember ever taking a picture like this. I went to junior high with Sayaka, but the first time I met everyone else was when I arrived here at Hope Peak Academy. So it's natural for me not to be in this picture. But what's definitely unnatural is that everyone else is in the picture. I thought everyone was like me and didn't know each other until they got here. But if the picture is real, then that could mean, could it be everyone else and just me? Everyone here except me is...
How long are you gonna keep up this rambling soliloquy of yours, Hamlet?
What are you gonna do?
You're kinda getting in the way standing there, you know. So, I mean, get out! But...
How strange.
I told you, I'm not fielding any questions.
Unbelievable.
What kind of mystery would this be if I gave you all the answers? That'd be totally out of left field!
Who? Oh yeah, he's mad. I guess that means he's done talking. Man! So in the end, all I found in the gym was even more confusion. With that confusion in hand, I left the gym dejected. How does that count as a hint? It just makes me even more confused. Is that what Monokuma was going for? Did he put together a fake photo just to confuse me? But it looks so real, so full of life. How could anyone fake that? Quick question. Why can't I see Junko's face? Which mean everyone but me. Maybe I should just ask everyone directly. That should clear all this up. No! I have to clear this all up. Guys, you seeing the numbers? Isn't that the same numbers that, why do I have this info? Isn't that the same numbers that Byakuya mentioned? Uh-huh. Vitals. That's 31 chest. That's what Junko had. Waist is 22. Butt is 32. It's still... something's not right. Why are you in the archive now? Oh, this don't make any sense! Hina's in the dining room, of course. I guess I'll go see Byakuya first. So mad. It was probably Junko's body. Not Sayaka's. Oh, Byakuya. Listen, do you think we could talk? Byakuya?
That's enough.
I have nothing to talk to you about. Don't talk to me as if we're friends. Hey, Byakuya, wait! But of course he didn't. He just walked away. What? Why was he acting like that? Like he was purposely trying to avoid me. Yeah. This is going to be a whole big thing of... Am I the mastermind? Hey, Hero. Makoto, what's going on with you? Every time I see you, you freak out like that.
No! Sorry, but I'm in a big hurry.
Once again, he ran off like a terrified rabbit. Hero, what's wrong? I still wasn't able to talk to him about the notebook I found. Yeah, but lurking. Thank you for the lurk, Jade. Really appreciate it. About to wrap it up here in a few bit. And if I'm right... It's just faster if I try to do it like this, I bet. Well, who knows? Maybe it's because we're not in the photo? Was her passed out again? Huh? Toko? Oh. Oh, she opened! It's open, but Toko! Toko, are you okay? No, no! She's not dead, is she? I expected it, but I'm still disappointed.
It's cold. It's super cold. It's so cold I think I might catch a cold.
If you keep taking naps in places like this, I'm sure you will.
I see.
Why, I was asleep. Oh, I must have fainted again. I bet you were standing there staring at me, getting all excited, weren't you?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, then what?
At certain age.
Oh no. Why did you pass out?
I don't know. The last thing I remember was me waking up just now. Well, how did you do, Miss Morose?
Oh, that's right. Your memory stops and starts each time you switch.
Bingo bazooka! We share the same basic knowledge, but our memories are very much separate.
SOB!
It don't sound like it's a bad thing. It's a blessing as far as I'm concerned. Because even if she forgets something, I totally remember.
Yes!
So it's like a double the memory.
More like half. Genocide Jack's memory.
Well, all I want to know right now is, where's my little diary? Tell me now or I'll slit your throat.
I don't know. I'm sure Byakuya was around somewhere doing his own investigating.
Yes.
By himself?
I assume so.
Oh, I'm on fire.
No. Toko shut off, her eerie laughter echoing behind her. I totally forgot to ask her about the picture. Well, there's no point in asking Genocide Jack anyway. Besides, I have more important things to do right now. Why did Toko faint? There's gotta be a reason for it. The fridge, it's open. But I'm sure they were all shut tight the last time I was here. That must be why she passed out.
Right.
She faints so easily. Kyoko!
Makoto.
It's getting late, isn't it? Are you okay?
Indeed.
I'm sorry if I made you worry. No, you don't have to apologize.
Listen.
But listen, about this room. Oh yeah,
It would seem...
it's a morgue. Yeah,
I knew it.
I suspected as much. And Toko must have looked inside the fridge, seen what was in there, and... well, there you have it. You knew she fainted?
Indeed.
I was on my way here when Genocide Jack came running past me. I assumed she must have sneezed, but once I got inside, the real reason became clear.
It would seem...
I imagine she came here to investigate, and when she opened the slot there, that's when she saw the body inside. And dropped like a bag of rocks. Why's everything gotta be so difficult with her?
Anyway...
We should close it out. Don't want to leave it hanging open like that. Yeah, good idea.
Makoto.
Give me a hand with this. Kyoko approached the fridge, hands outstretched, but suddenly she stopped. What's wrong?
Listen.
Maybe we should wait a second before closing it. Huh? How come? Because Mukuro's body is in here. Mukuro's corpse? Mukuro's body is inside the fridge.
I see.
Just like every other time, the mastermind probably brought it up here while we were in the class trial. The mastermind did it? Because they assumed we wouldn't be doing the class trial over again, I guess.
So...
You may be right. Either way, I can finally get a good look at the body. Oh, that's right. Kyoko didn't get a chance to check the body during the last investigation.
Makoto.
I need to do my own examination of the corpse as soon as possible. I'm going to find a clue this time, and I'm not going to grab the mastermind by the tail. Okay, what should I do?
So then...
Why don't you just wait over there? I'll let you know as soon as I'm finished. Just wait over there. That's it. I should ask Kyoko about that group photo. After all, she's in it too. Don't let me interrupt your investigation, but I wanted to talk to you about something. What is it? It's about the announcement Monokuma made earlier. You mean the one about a hint or something? I didn't take him up on my offer. Huh? Why not?
Because...
The only reason he'd give us a hint at this point would be to confuse us, to cloud our judgment. I can solve this mystery on my own, without whatever hints he may have to offer. A wild suncurrent appears! That's a good point. I wish I could go back and do the same thing, but what's done is done, I guess. Standing here looking at her, I don't think she's hiding anything from me. Is she right? Did the mastermind forge that picture as a trap to confuse us? It's gotta be it. There's no other explanation. The fridge meant for storing dead bodies. I can't do it. I can't look inside. I can't leave the way things are right now. Alright. Maybe I can look over here. You know, I think I've seen a tarp like this before somewhere. Ah, it's the same one I found in a garden. If I remembered that tarp, it had a stamp on it that said Biolab. And that's the tarp that was used to help camouflage the murder in the garden. At some point, someone got it from the Biolab and took it over there. Tarp. Okay, come on. Nice catch, 121. And no luck, Jade. Oh boy.
It would seem...
The number of lights that are on, including Mercuros, that's 9 in all. 9. 9 lights.
Whew.
Okay, Makoto, I'm done. Alrighty, that was fast.
Indeed.
Anyone can do good work if they go slow. In spirit, I'll make my report brief. So did you find anything?
Indeed.
I paid careful attention to the wounds and the traces of blood, and it seemed highly likely that the stomach wound and the blow to the back of the head were inflicted after death. Really? The burnt tissue made things a little difficult, but I'm completely confident in my findings. So that means neither of those were the fatal injury, right? Then what was the fatal injury? Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. Dead before the blast. Hand tip, corpse. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. The only option is those other wounds, but the file said they were old.
Is that right?
Where does it say they're old? Huh?
Because...
The Monokuma file says that they were inflicted at least several days ago. I guess I don't see the difference. Well, the difference is immense, considering the impression they give.
Listen.
You seem to be equating several days old with just simply old.
However...
But that doesn't follow logically. Old wounds make it sound like they've been there forever, like they're not related to the murder. Are you saying they are? But we all got the Monokuma right after she was killed, right? So if the wounds were at least a few days old, there's no way they could have had anything to do with it.
So then...
But what if Mercuro herself wasn't killed within the last few days? What?
At the very least...
Certainly you can allow it as one of the many possibilities, can't you? One of many?
Right.
A detective doesn't have supernatural powers. There's no way to predict the answer from the beginning. Instead, the ideal detective begins by imagining as many possible scenarios as they can.
In other words...
They envision these possibilities without prejudice, without bias, and only using their logic and common sense. Then, as they investigate, they test whether they find against each other each of these possibilities. Of course, me telling you this doesn't mean you'll be any good at detective work. But beyond using it to solve this particular mystery, you should keep that in mind for the future.
Hey.
So if there's anything else you would like to know about the condition of the body, now's the time. There was one thing. Earlier when I was looking at Mercuro's body, it listed her height and weight.
So...
5 foot, 97 pounds, vitals were 31, 22, 32. Did I get all that right? You remembered all that? They are indeed consistent with the corpse. So then...
Indeed.
And don't forget about the finger tattoo. There's absolutely no mistake.
Indeed.
Our victim, in this case, was without a doubt Mercuro Ukusabi.
And?
Is that all you wanted to ask? Yeah, I think so.
So then...
Then it looks like we have no further business with Mercuro's body. Let's get going. It's kind of chilly in here. Oh wait, we're not going to put the body back? Don't you think it's kind of sad leaving it out like this?
Why?
Sad? Did you forget? She was our enemy once. A part of ultimate despair. But she still got killed. She's still a victim.
Hey.
Have you ever heard the phrase, you reap what you sow? Well, yeah, but still.
Whew.
Are you guys in the ad right now? You really are naive right now. You know that? It's really quite appalling. But she could have abandoned me, but she decided to help me instead. Ad starts in 5 minutes. So for someone like that, what does it mean to be naive?
So then...
I think we've done all we can do here. Back to our separate investigations, yes? Ah, hold on! I still have one more thing to do. Something I need to talk to Kyoko about. I need to ask her about the pocketbook I found in that locker. If I don't do it now... Hey, Kyoko. I did have one last thing. I know I shouldn't, but I feel like I have to ask.
What?
Go ahead then. Out with it. Have you really not seen your dad even once since you got here?
What?
What?
So...
What did you mean? Well, you know all those lockers on the second floor of the dorms?
Indeed.
I do, yes. But to get in any of the lockers, you'll need the handbook of whoever the locker belongs to. Actually, I managed to get them open using the emergency handbook.
I see.
The one you found in the headmaster's hidden room.
And?
So, did you find anything worthwhile in the lockers? I found a pocketbook, and after looking through it, I think it might have been your pocketbook. It must be.
Why is that?
What makes you say that?
Because...
Like I said, only the locker's owner should be able to get into it, right? I can't imagine those lockers belonging to any of us. After all, we only got access to that area just recently. What I'm saying is, there's no way I could have had access to any of those lockers. And if I did have a pocketbook, why would I bother putting it in a locker? Everything you said makes perfect sense, but there was something written inside. It was about the headmaster, about your father.
What? If that's true...
Could that mean the video is real too? Video?
Makoto.
I think everything is starting to fit together to reveal a cohesive picture. Although I'm afraid that picture might be worse than anything we could have imagined. What are you talking about? I need to go investigate those lockers right now. I need to confirm what you said with my own 2 eyes. Oh, let me give you the headmaster's book. That way you can... That won't be necessary. If I'm right about this, I shouldn't have any problem opening the locker with my own handbook. After all, it would seem that it's my locker. Your locker?
Makoto.
If you watch this, it all makes sense. A DVD? And it says Class 78 Urgent Interviews?
So...
I found it in that hidden room after you left.
Anyway...
I don't have time to explain exactly what I think it means, so just watch it and see for yourself. I think you'll realize exactly what it means. You'll understand why you found my pocketbook in a place none of us has ever seen before. And it just makes sense right now. I guess that means some important clue on this DVD.
Makoto.
Oh, and now it's my turn. Do you have a second to listen to me ramble? Ramble?
In other words...
So as it turns out, the arrangements I made didn't stick. What I mean is, I'm less and less sure of everything. Even my own feelings. You're talking about your dad, right? I can never find the answers to the questions I wanted to ask for the rest of my life. And it's all because of the mastermind.
However...
But there's one thing I am sure of. When it comes to the mastermind, there's no room in my heart for forgiveness. I swore to destroy the mastermind. This is just one more reason to follow through on that. Kyoko's eyes burned with the fire of determination. The determination to defeat the mastermind. It's strange to be confronted with his death and suddenly feel this way. I couldn't care less if my father had found happiness.
Why?
So why is it? Why does it bother me so much that he suffered? It's ridiculous. There's just no understanding it, I guess. She let out a small laugh as she said it, but her smile was filled with sorrow.
Whew.
So that's it for my rambling. There's still so much to do before I consider my task complete. Yeah, you're right.
Hey.
But keep this in mind. There is only ever one absolute truth. Whether that truth serves justice or suffering. Whether it is the greatest truth or the worst. What do you mean?
Makoto.
Even if the truth you uncover is filled with hopelessness, you still can't give up hope. Absolutely not, because all I can do is keep moving forward. That's pretty much all I'm good at, you know? Indeed. Sorry if that was strange.
So then...
Anyway, I need to get going. I'll see you at the class trial. Even behind that final farewell, Kyoko was gone. I better get going myself. I got that DVD from Kyoko. I should head to the AV room to check it out. Kyoko said something about the hopeless truth, but no matter what happens, I won't lose hope, even if it's the worst truth in the world. I can't afford to lose. First, we're gonna go to the cafeteria to confirm something. Ads. So this is where you've been hiding. Listen, I was hoping to talk to you.
Makoto! Sorry, gotta go.
What? She ran off so fast I didn't have time to ask her to stop. Hina, why? Why won't you talk to me? I'm just waiting for ads to end. Just so I can see that everyone can see what I'm, Ad break ended. I think everyone's back. Anyway, we want to talk to Hina, and my suspicions were confirmed. She did not want to see us. I think this is the last clue. This should be able to play DVDs just fine. Well, then I better take a look. I took the DVD Kyoko gave me and put it in a player. I never gotten ads yet. I don't think you will by this point. It said that it was playing, but nothing appeared on the screen. I stared into the black of the monitor. It must have only been a few seconds, but to me it felt like an eternity. And then all of a sudden, an image appeared. Sayaka. Took me by total surprise. I hadn't seen Sayaka in who knows how long, and there she was.
Okay then, are you ready to begin?
The voice I heard was the man positioned on one side of the screen. It was the voice of a middle-aged man.
I do apologize, but I hope you don't mind if I record our conversation. I'm a little slow, you know. I never really got the hang of taking notes while having a conversation.
It sounded like he was trying to make a joke, but Sayaka's tense face didn't move a single millimeter.
So this video is meant to serve as a kind of contract substitute. It's not that I don't trust you guys. It's more like insurance. So please don't worry too much. Now then, let me get straight to the point. There is a chance that you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
You want me to accept that?
Sayaka was obviously at a total loss. It made total sense. Who would agree to spending the rest of your life in this school?
Accept. What?
Thank you. And I'm sorry about all this. Well, I can promise you that I will do everything in my power to keep you safe. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, I give you my word.
As if on cue, that's where the video cut out. There was a lot I hadn't understood up to now. A wild Amura appears. But this, only this. I simply couldn't comprehend what I heard. Because I know how much Sayaka wanted to get out of here. I know how much she wanted to escape and pursue her dreams with her friends again. You don't want that ball! She wanted that so bad, she tried to frame me for murder. So why? Why would she say yes to living here for the rest of her life? As I sat there thinking about it, I noticed a sudden light. On the monitor, the video I thought was finished flashed back on screen. My eyes started back to the screen. And if I was confused before, what I saw pushed me right over the edge. Huh? What I saw was me. Impossible, undeniably me.
So, Makoto, before we begin, I should let you know that I'll be recording our conversation.
Yes.
Me and the headmaster were looking at each other. He and I were having what seemed like a fairly normal conversation. But the I in the here and now, had absolutely no memory of it. I had no memory of ever even meeting the headmaster, much less sitting down to talk to him like this.
Now, shall we get straight to the point? Makoto, there's a chance you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
Yes.
This can't be real. I said yes.
I'm sorry I'm putting you through all this.
121 has caught Amura. Congratulations, 121.
Well, I mean, we don't have much of a choice, do we?
But I promise that as long as you're in this school, I will do everything I can to protect you. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, that's the very least I can do for you.
Why did I mention that I didn't have a choice? The video repeated the same scene again and again with the others. Byakula, Toko, Hina, everyone. They all said they agreed to live in this school forever. And then Kyoko. Her interview with him had been recorded just as clearly. Without a doubt, she had met him. She sat down with the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. Her father. I want to say they were close, but I could be wrong. And when he asked her his question, she answered the same as everyone else. She accepted the life within the school. Just as Kyoko's interview was wrapping it up, the monitor suddenly turned black. It wasn't just the monitor. The DVD player itself had apparently turned off. Which of course meant that the DVD wasn't playing anymore. What the heck just happened?
Say what?
Oopsie, looks like it broke. Out of service.
What? It just so happens to break now?
Too bad.
Now then, when it doesn't matter, failure can strike anywhere, anytime. That's what failure is, right?
Failure, my ass. You cut the power on purpose. Well, whatever. Even I watched the whole thing. It'd just be more of the same. He asked them the question, and they all say yes. Couldn't help myself. I let out a huge, exasperated sigh. As I did, I remembered something.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself. A disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to the school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey,
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. A convenient outcome. Something that seemed to obviously work in favor of the mastermind. So does that mean I've lost my memory too? What about the others? Have we all forgotten? Or... Interview DVD has been updated. And yep, I did go on a little longer than I originally wanted to, but I had a feeling.
At the start, there has to be an
I
end.
figured the trial was coming to an end pretty close.
And if the end comes, then that means it's time for a fresh start. There is no night that doesn't have a dawn. Although that dawn is totally pitch black, there is no storm that won't eventually end. Of course, then that leads to drought. But as I said, every end is the promise of a new beginning. Which is why I'm sure we'll get to meet again. Because the end is only the beginning. Anyway, let's get started. The beginning of the end of the class trial. Everyone gather once again at you know where.
It's about to begin again. The class trial is going to start. The final class trial. The last time all of our lives will be on the line. The last time hope and despair are on the line. I don't have a choice. I have to do this. Okay then. This is the end. And that is the end of this stream. So, thank you everybody for joining me in today's stream. Wow, that was intense. That was intense. But we are going to... Honestly, I don't know who to go to. Hold on. Maybe Dean's online. I don't know. nobody we know is on. We're just going to end it today because I don't think anybody we know is on. That's what we get for playing for so long. Alright then, so thank you everybody for joining us for this stream. We are almost close to the end. There are more questions answered, but more have popped up. And unfortunately, it'll be next week before we can solve all of it. And even then, will the final mystery be revealed to us? See you guys